But I want to talk about some of this news a little bit more at the end here. Kevin O'Connor was on his podcast, The Mismatch, on The Ringer, and said the Pelicans offered Tim Hardaway Jr. $90 million, and he elected to stay in Dallas for $72 million. So did Tim Hardaway Jr. take a pay cut to stay in Dallas?
Yeah, he did.
That's pretty crazy.
Heck yeah. I mean, I friggin' love Tim Hardaway and like his personality and like what he brings, how he's connected here. It's insane to think about that storyline of him in Dallas because of the KP trade and how he was the tax,
Yeah.
and how, I mean, there's a realistic scenario that Tim stays way longer in Dallas than KP. And the fact that you
Well,
look
his
at his
contract goes out farther now.
yeah, well, the fact that you look at his contract that he signed in New York, that 4 for 70, and then everybody's freaking out about it and was like, oh my gosh, like he's getting paid $70 million. It's too much for him. And then he was included as the tax in that deal and everything, like I just said. And now he gets basically the same exact deal from Dallas, which is crazy. And the fact that other teams out there were offering that much more, it shows you that he really wanted to be in Dallas. He's seen where he had his career year. He likes playing alongside Luka Doncic, and he's like, I want to stay there. And that's really cool as a fan, that knowing that he took that pay cut.
I understand the disappointment of not getting some of the guys you wanted in free agency, not improving the roster enough, all that. But this is a positive thing. This is a huge positive thing. It's great to see Tim Hardaway Jr. back. And like you said, it's wild that some people thought that Tim Hardaway Jr., like, oh, he took a pay cut. Great. That was not a thing that we would have said at the beginning of his tenure with the Mavericks. And so that shows his work ethic. Can he get better? I think he can. Can he find his way in the offense a little bit more? I think he can. I think he can add things to his game. Like, I think that there's another level for Tim Hardaway Jr. to get to. More consistency, the more him and, Luka know each other, the more him and KP know each other, all that kind of him and Brunson, the more those guys get to play together, I think makes this move even better. And so I think that was an awesome thing. By the way, $18 million less. They can't offer him 5 years too. That's a lot of money that he turned
well
down.
over well over 20. So,
Man,
I mean, yeah, you're looking at which. So there's also some things with Tim's contract too that we have to see on like what those final numbers will be like annually, because there's also a world too that Dallas, to stay over the cap and stuff, especially if based on some of their moves, that it could be more than that 16 amount. Like if they make it like descending, or they try to make it more 18 across the board. Right now, I think the reported number is like this first year's at 16 million. It's not that big of a deal to make it at 16 million, then it increases because you're not really trying to preserve cap space right now. You're operating over the cap. So there's a world in which you're like, hey, well, could we make it a little bit more? And then it's descending because we're already over the cap. So